Welcome back to Pokemon Moon. We defeated all the trials on the island. Hooray! Yeah. So
I'm
that's
so
just
happy.
it's just more cutscenes then. Go, Nebby. Use Splash. What?
Use a splash attack.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Great. Now do it again.
Team Skull can suck on my balls. Nebby, just use a Splash attack.
Pew? No, Nebby, that's wrong. You're supposed to say Mew.
Nebby, that's racist. Don't go singing that everywhere you go.
Get in the bag.
Yeah, now get in the fucking bag.
Nebby, I told you that's not the polite way to refer to women. Okay, you see, we should be paying attention to this cutscene, but all I'm thinking about is that Zygarde cell to the left, and how I really want to pick it up right now.
It's like this game is really easy, Lillie. You look so content with Charjabug. It doesn't have any facial expressions.
It barely even has eyes.
I was talking about myself.
Oh.
I mean, have you seen me express any emotion this entire time?
Well, you see, the thing also is that Pokemon are supposed to take on the traits of their trainers. So your Pokemon are slowly morphing into emotionless, dead-eyed beings that bring terror to the hearts of trainers worldwide. Now, this is the weirdest reference that they've ever put in any Pokemon game. This professor that we're about to talk to is actually not a new character. She was the professor from the 3DS Dream Radar game that released along Black and White 2 that allowed you to do like a weird VR minigame where you caught a different form of the genie Pokemon from that game. And they brought her back for some reason.
For some reason.
It's bizarre. Like, I mean, that's a
It's a neat little reference,
she's
but
got a cool design, so her being somewhere in the game is not exactly a bad thing.
makes me wonder where the Pokemon Bank Lady's gonna show up.
That's true. Or the Pokemon Go people, maybe? Yeah, probably not. Also, she's married to Kukui, so I'm sorry, ladies, he's taken.
The Pokemon Bank Lady.
Personal reasons.
The Pokemon Bank Lady showing up would be like getting to the last level of Ratchet and Clank 1 and actually meeting the tutorial robot at the reception desk.
Also, I'd be asking where she is because she's supposed to be keeping care of all of my hundreds of Pokemon that I just leave in there. So, do you actually need to talk to people? Oh yeah, you do need
Yes,
to
you
talk.
do.
You have the Star Tropic Syndrome. Yeah, you have to actually talk to everybody before you can leave.
I love it when games do that.
But you can read about how cool Bronzong is on the shelf.
So yeah, we're gonna be learning about alternate dimensions.
Ooh, this is...
Are you ready for quantum physics lessons, kids?
Oh boy! They introduced this in Alpha Sapphire Omega Ruby, right?
They introduced the idea of it in episode Delta. It's not until here in Ultra Sun and Moon that they just outright confirm, okay, fuck it, all the remakes are their own separate universe, and we can just do whatever we want because anything's a separate universe now.
Oh boy.
Hey Burnett. Hey, I like your headband, but you're wearing it upside down.
You see, you want to know what Pokemon needed more of? American comics. Let's just reboot the universe every 5 minutes, because, yeah, that makes sense. We're now doing Ultimate New 52 Pokemon Gold, okay, where the trainer doesn't wear underwear this time.
You think that's a bit silly? In Persona 4, the PS Vita version Golden, the actual in-game explanation for your ability to do internet stuff with other players is there are multiple universes, and every one of them has a different version of you.
Like, I mean, they established that kind of in other Shin Megami Tensei games, though, where in Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse, they just say, fuck it, every ending is canon now. And so it's like, okay, they clearly stopped trying. All right. So
now we have to go through a Gen 1 reference of Diglett's Tunnel.
Yeah, but this is Diglett's Tunnel, and the other one was Diglett's Cave, guys.
We're in a cave.
No, it's different, Ryan. It's different. It's called a tunnel this time. Even though the other one is shaped more like a tunnel, and this one's shaped more like a cave. But, screw it. We already named it, so they
Struck out again, did you, Olivia?
Yeah, for some reason, Olivia, they describe her as never being able to get a date, but, what? Have you seen her hips?
I think that's supposed to be like a Japanese thing, where, like, once a
Christmas
woman...
cake, yeah.
Yeah, where, like, which, I mean, I guess, whatever. Like, I mean, I don't have standards, so whatever. Like...
That actually has to do with being older than 24 years old, if I remember my Japanese...
Hence why everyone calls it Christmas cake.
Yeah, but...
I
mean, that's kind of depressing to think that nobody could ever get a date after they turn 24. Because, like, think about how old all the people in this call are right now. So... So...
It's an oddly specific number, because I'm pretty sure most guys couldn't tell the difference between a 26-year-old and a 24-year-old.
Nope.
So... I don't know, do they check
If a girl says she's 17
do they...
and looks 17, she's damn near 40.
No, that's just anime in a nutshell, John. Anyone from the age of
That's not
16...
wrong.
Anyone from the age of 16 to 50 looks identical.
I don't know, I'm just wondering, do these guys check every girl's ID card before they date them, or...
Listen to Chris Rock's No Sex in the Champagne Room.
So yeah, now we would, if I didn't use repels, introduce to fabulous hair Diglett.
Oh, who's crying sometime when he's lying in bed, staying all night. What's in my head saying, hey, what's going on?
Okay, guys, just, there's this wonderful invention called cargo pants. You don't necessarily need these big, bulky packages attached
Fanny
to your
packs
legs
are back in style, Lewis.
Look at these guys. They're...
Hell no, these guys are ready for the Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, they have
National.
actual
They got
fanny
all
packs.
their
Wow,
decks.
somebody embroidered the Aether
They
fanny.
brought all their decks.
They're like... That looks so uncomfortable, though. They've got to hold their arms out to their sides because they can't just let them hang.
Better learn how to cross your arms.
Also, those Aether Foundation guys are surely very helpful and not suspicious in the slightest, right?
Oh my god, this game's not very subtle.
I mean, the game
Aether
literally
Foundation.
opens with them trying to chase down Lillie, so...
Yeah, I know, but as soon as we see them here, the music is very foreboding in a sense, very alien-like, and I don't know, I just attribute that with villainy.
It's like trying too hard to be peaceful, is the big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, what...
Lovely day to be as helpful as possible, would you agree?
If anyone comes across as too nice, you start to get suspicious.
Yeah.
Well, there's like one... That's a trope that's pulled off in a lot of games, but there's only like one game that's ever pulled it off well out of the ones I've played. It's Wild Arms 3, actually, in which the organization that is trying to look good, but you think is probably going to be bad, actually turns out to be good, just manipulated by an evil spirit.
Well,
and the game sort of
This
ends...
world isn't perfect.
The game sort of ends on the leader getting killed by the final boss, you killing the final boss, and then a misunderstanding resulting in the game ending with your party being wanted for the guy's murder. So, it's
Well, I mean,
it works.
there's more shades to it than this. Like, this group actually does help people. Like, and you find out later that only some of them are actually evil. You see, in Tales of Symphonia, I remember actually that game, I didn't actually expect the church to be evil until it becomes very obvious that the church is evil. So,
you poor naive fool.
Yeah, well,
It's a
I mean,
Japanese game. The church is always going to be evil.
I mean, granted, that was like my first PS2 era RPG, to be fair. And every single one has that plot point. Like, literally every single one. So, like, I learned to expect it from that point.
Oh, I don't want to find Jesus.
No, in Tales of Symphonia, you turn the girl into Jesus, basically. And that ends up being
Symphonia
bad.
You worship a giant tree.
Funny,
Tales of
Ted, you kind of
Symphonia
do that
has,
in
like-
I Am Setsuna as well.
Yeah, it's the evil religion, the sacrificial maiden who shouldn't have to be sacrificed because we're really blatantly going against
We
these
have to
sacrificial
go.
maidens of
We
the
have to
past.
go vanquish sin. Yes.
You see, it's weird that it feels like every JRPG company went through their I'm gonna work through my religion problems phase at the same time is the problem. Like, I mean...
Well, it's It's also kind of a Japanese thing because you got the shrine maiden idea, the sacrificial shrine maiden idea, and you see that in quite a few video games. Fatal Frame's got a lot of that going on. Although in Fatal Frame's case, it's usually because someone decided not to sacrifice the shrine maiden that things have gone to shit in the first place. So, yeah, the game usually ends on someone tragically having to pay the price for that. Fatal Frame 2 is excellent, by the way. You should all go play Fatal Frame 2. If you don't play a single Fatal Frame in your life, play Fatal Frame 2.
Isn't that the one that's only in Japan, or is that 4?
No, 2 is over here.
Only in Japan. I have no idea whether or not 4 is a good one, but 2 is like the best of the original trilogy. So.
Okay. And 5 was the Wii U one, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I think what's funny is that even though the trial is to the right here, you have to go to the left in order to activate it. So, yeah.
Wow, this is the most inconveniently cramped police station I've ever seen.
They also only hire the same cop.
Nepotism, fuckers.
Now there's a funny side quest actually in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon about this place.
Oh yeah, I love it. Yeah, where the guy
the Ditto side quest.
Oh, the Ditto side quest is
Pokemon
great.
Pokemon Red and Blue gave us Nurse Joy. Pokemon Sun and Moon gave us Cop Joe.
I mean,
Sure, why not?
Oh, but what?
Well, what about Officer Jenny?
Oh, Officer Jenny.
With their identical 20 sisters also named.
Okay, you see, here's what happened. You see, there's so many women on the force because there's so many Officer Jennys that these guys are affirmative action. That's what's going on. They needed to get more men on the force.
Officer Jeffs.
No, Officer Jeffries.
Yeah, Jeffries.
Officer Jenny's
I
and
forgot
Officer
Officer
Jeffries.
Jenny existed because, like, she only ever seemed to exist to be the butt of Brock's "I'm a pervert" joke.
You see,
But,
Well, she was I think Officer Jenny was originally only an anime character.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
and
they
then
do
she
have
appeared in Yellow.
Yeah, they have a cop in Gen 1, but it's a guy because the guy has his
Yeah.
house broken into. They changed the sprite in Yellow to be more like Officer Jenny. Yeah. But it was kind of just a recurring joke because, we're going to make fun of how all the nurses are the same. Let's just do that to the cops, too, because we only want to hire one voice actress.
TM shop.
I'm so glad Gen 5 made it so that you could use TMs as many times as you wanted. So
Yeah,
you don't
curse you, Emil, for making me want to play that again.
Yeah, there's in Gens 4 through 2, trying to get TMs on specific Pokemon usually involved such stupidly precise breeding chains that, like, took 6 different Pokemon, or you just have to suck it up and play through the game again in order to get to that point where you get the TM, and then you use
Or
it.
worst case, you have to do the game corner.
Oh,
know,
I'm sorry. Not everybody can't get Thunderbolt.
I'd honestly rather do Chocobo breeding than Pokemon breeding because at least when you have a walkthrough, Chocobo breeding doesn't take that long. You go to a
Chocobo breeding also gives you Knights of the Round.
Yeah.
There's no Knights of the Round in Pokemon.
no, you can breed some pretty overpowered crap, guys, though.
I mean, like in Final Fantasy VII, if you know where to get the wonderful Chocobo and stuff, you can blitz the breeding stuff without much difficulty. You just need to get the right Chocobos, breed them, spend some time doing other things so that they can have babies again. It takes less time than you think, and
Which is disturbing.
Yeah, so I got lucky is the thing, and on Wonder Trade I got an obviously hacked shiny Ditto with max IVs and everything. So breeding for me is not that hard, but if you want to breed max IV Pokemon, even like just ignoring egg moves entirely, it's a pain in the ass. Like I'll just put it that way.
mm-hmm.